Hello, I'm Rachel Wade, the founder and creator of Pura Vida Your Life. And I help people who are either doing well in their life and they feel that they want more and that their life lacks a certain sense of fulfillment, or those whose backs are against the wall and they are really in deep despair of their life and can't find a way to move forward. So maybe you've lost your way and need to rediscover your unique self. And as a coach, I empower busy professionals to rediscover their uniqueness, to gain their identity and find their purpose and their direction in life, to achieve happiness, health, and fulfillment in their greatest life yet in all areas of their life. Essentially, I help people bring their whole self into the game of life. And after all, it does feel like it's quite a game, doesn't it? So why not take your first step on your journey of empowerment today and start improving your life? So this video is about how I went from emptiness and unhappiness to heal and then to live a life, a better life, and be in service to self and others. And I'm going to talk about that more in detail and also share with you 3 golden nuggets to improve your life straight away. And those are: number 1, daily meditation on twin hearts; number 2, the importance of gratitude; and number 3, start exercising and stick to it. So in last week's Pure Vida Your Life happenings and blog, I shared the definition of spirituality. And hopefully this has served you greatly to gain a greater sense of knowing who you are, along with creating a deeper connection within and creating balance in your spiritual body. And so today I want to share with you my story, my path along a spiritual journey. And firstly, I want to say that your journey is not the same as mine, and my journey is not yours. But if you were to meet me on a certain path, maybe we encourage each other. So as I mentioned last time, spirituality is a broad concept with room for many, many perspectives. And in general, it includes a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves. And it typically involves a search for meaning in life. And as such, it's a universal human experience, something that touches all of us. People may describe it, a spiritual experience, as sacred or transcendent, or simply a deep sense of aliveness and interconnectedness. So let's go back to when I was a child. And I haven't been christened. I have not been brought up in any context of spirituality or religion within my family. And as a child, I developed a curiosity and attended Sunday school with some churches, with friends who either followed Methodist or Christianity or Church of England religious paths. And I enjoyed the stories and the community, but I didn't really connect with it. And at school, we had morning assembly every day and we sang hymns and we said the Lord's Prayer. But again, I really didn't know why. And as I grew, the curiosity waned, but I learned to appreciate the different approaches to religion. And as my friendships grew in my teenage years, to those with religious beliefs in Hinduism, Muslim and Sikhism, I ended up singing in a Church of England choir and sang at weddings and religious events. I think it was more because I would get paid 50p a session, which in those days and as a child was a lot of money. And I ended up then thinking that I wasn't sure if I believed or not, whether I believed in a God or not. And I kind of hoped that there was something more, but I didn't really explore it. And as I became an adult, the appreciation for other religious cultures stayed with me, but I no longer had a closer relationship with it. I neither strongly believed or didn't believe. I felt it mattered not to me in my life. And then as I stepped into my 30s, I began to take up yoga and meditation. And this then opened up my curiosity wider to the belief systems that surround these practices in a traditional sense. And that now included Buddhism. But I guess I still thought of it as a religious sense in that God was external and that you went to a place of worship and in worship of such a God. But to be honest, I thought religion and spirituality were much of the same thing. And I guess for some, they might be that. They might be that to you. And like I said, we are all on our own path. So then looking back, I think that in my 30s and into my 40s was the start of a decline in what life was about for me. My finances and my career grew, material effects appeared important to me. The big job, the amazing career, the house, the holidays, the new car were all signs of success, right? And that would make me extremely happy, right? Well, no, because on this side, a huge void had been created inside of me, and it got bigger and bigger, and the more all consuming it became. There was a deep well of emptiness and unhappiness inside of me. And no matter what I did, I could not create lasting joy and happiness and contentment. You see, really, what I know now is I was looking in the wrong place. I was looking outside of me through external gratification of experiences and material things. And it got to a point where I just thought that this is how life is. Some people are happy and others aren't. And for me, it was the latter. I just felt I had to suck it up and get on with it. And then into my mid 40s, I started a journey of personal development. And this helped me to gain an understanding of the world around me, my beliefs, my values, relationships. But still, a piece of the puzzle was missing. I knew that there was more to life than this. And I knew that life was about thriving and not just surviving and existing as I was. I was just going through the motions and carrying heavy weights of life experiences around with me, where I was holding on to anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, all with a victim consciousness. And then into my late 40s, I started to open up to spirituality. And I came to learn that spirituality involves the recognition of a feeling of a sense or belief that there is something greater than myself, and that there was something more to being human than the sensory experience. I explored different types of yoga and became intrigued by Kundalini yoga. I underwent some pranic healing, and I read and researched all types of holistic practices. And this notion or possibility that there was a connectedness seemed to be quite appealing to me. And at that time, somebody I respected at the time, and at a point and a time in my life where I was feeling really low and very vulnerable, he told me to stop all my spiritual practices, all the practices I was exploring, as they would not help me in my depths of unhappiness, emptiness, loneliness, and my unfulfilled life. Stupidly, I followed his advice, and as I did, my life seemed to spiral further and further out of control into a deeper dark hole. My house suffered, my relationships suffered, my business suffered, my finances suffered. Everything was out of alignment, and I papered over the cracks, just thinking, this is how life is. Then, after years of personal challenges and adverse experiences, thousands of pounds I've invested in personal development and soul searching, I flew to Costa Rica in March 2020, so not that long ago, and I checked into a life-changing retreat. This experience was like no other. You may want to read more about this in my previous blog, which is titled The Week I Healed and Started to Create a Life I Love. And at Rhythmia Life Advancement Centre, I experienced a program that fused together ancient wisdom and modern techniques for healing and creating a life you love. Here I did deep transformational work on myself, and for the very first time ever in my life, I really connected with myself, with humankind, and with nature. I experienced transcendence, and this was the point of realization that life was more than survival and existence. And I gained a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves, to spirit, and to my higher self. And that my life had meaning. I had purpose. I am healing on such a deep level, and this helped me to live a better life and to be in service to self and to others. This was it, my aha moment. And it was as if the sun had shone through the break in the stormy clouds of my life, and I knew that my life would never be the same again. It would be greater, it would be magical, and more beautiful than I ever allowed it to be in the past. On returning home from Costa Rica, this is where the integration work really began. You see, in Costa Rica and Rhythmia, you don't get sprinkled with magic fairy dust and life is then perfect. You must continue to do the work and commit to the great unfolding of life, to feel the pleasure and the pain, to see the darkness and the light, to learn and to grow, to find your purpose, to create your identity that serves you, to live a life of love, contribution, and connection, to be in service to self and others, or others and self. This is the whole point of this human existence and experience. But to do it with grace and to do it from your soul and heart centered with love. It is my belief that we are all on a path of spiritual ascension if we choose to walk it. And I went on a quest to find myself, to heal and to live a better life and to be in service to self and others. The work continues, and my spiritual practices are the tools and resources that help me to continue to grow and to navigate this life with love, empathy, and grace. You see, I spent 51 years of my life, fighting me, fighting everyone, and fighting everything around me. And now I am free. I am at peace. I'm walking the path of life calmly and in full gratitude for the gifts that are received in every magical moment. The gifts were always there, I just didn't see them before. And I believe that we are all connected to Source and all creation, and Source being God inside of us. The happiness, contentment, joy, and peace I was seeking, I was looking external to me when all the time it was within me. I was just looking in the wrong places. The irony of it. But I had to go on this spiritual path, this journey to find the truth. And my spiritual practices and rituals have widened and deepened over the past 12 months to support my onward spiritual path. And like I said at the beginning, your journey is not the same as mine, and my journey is not yours. But if we meet on a certain path, may we encourage each other. And I get great comfort in knowing that I am on the right path for me. I don't fear judgment from others. After all, they are not walking life in my shoes. I am grateful for the healing. I am truly living a better life, and I am totally in service to others and all life. So if you are open to finding the real meaning of life for you, to find your identity, your purpose, your direction in life, you could start with my 3 golden nuggets to help you live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life with a greater sense of balance and connection. So, number 1, daily meditation on twin hearts. Meditation on twin hearts or twin heart meditation is basically an advanced level of meditation technique to activate and achieve the universal consciousness or illumination through the development of the heart and the crown centers. You see, the heart and the crown energy centers are referred to as twin hearts. And I will be posting the link to the abridged version of meditation on twin hearts. And for me, this was my starting point at my real lowest times. And there are so many benefits to this meditation practice. And I still do a full practice of twin hearts meditation every day. And my top tip here is do this every day, even on days when you don't feel like it, because those are the days when you need to do it most. So my top tip number 2 is the importance of gratitude. Gratitude and living with gratefulness. So practicing gratefulness regularly is really an easy way to enhance your own life and the lives of those around you. Gratefulness brings happiness and a deep knowing that life is beautiful. This is so very important. This was so very important for me as I was struggling to see how much I had that was a real blessing around me. And gratitude makes you feel beautiful and see that life is beautiful. It's heartwarming and it brings the feelings of happiness. It's really quite a simple practice to do. You just need to commit the time to do it. So my top tip here is 30 seconds. 30 seconds in the morning to do some contemplation with gratitude. And the morning contemplation is a great way to develop a habit of daily gratitude. So when you first wake up each morning, before you do anything, for at least 30 seconds, do this morning contemplation. Remind yourself how lucky you are. Don't wait and see how you feel that morning, because you're not going to feel good. You're going to feel groggy and tired. Just decide that I'm going to give it everything I've got to make this day a beautiful day. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be kind to everybody I meet. I'm going to be gentle and sweet to everybody, even if they hate me. I love my life and I look forward to today. So every day before you get out of bed, remind yourself this. It's a great way to start the day, to protect against the weeds of the negative thoughts that may fester. So my top tip number 3 is start exercising and stick to it. You may think, well, this is not spiritual practice, but it is. So making exercise an enjoyable part of your everyday life may be easier than you think. Exercise is key to changing your state and your physiology. It also gives you strength to deal with whatever life is going to throw at you. For me, exercise was and still is crucial to help my mind, body, and soul get into shape and to serve me and enable me to serve others. And I have a mantra: every day I'm getting stronger and fitter. Every day I'm getting healthier and happier. So my top tip here is ditch the all or nothing attitude. You don't have to spend hours in the gym or force yourself into monotonous or painful activities that you hate to experience the physical and emotional benefits of exercise. A little exercise is better than nothing. In fact, adding just a modest amount of physical activity to your weekly routine can have a profound effect on your mental and emotional health. Making excuses for not exercising, whether it's a lack of time, energy, or fear of the gym, there are solutions. So if your excuse is, I hate exercising, the solution is many of us feel that way. If sweating in a gym or pounding a treadmill isn't your idea of a great time, try to find an activity that you do enjoy, such as dancing, or pair physical activity with something more enjoyable. Take a walk at lunchtime through a scenic park, for example, or walk or run or bike with a friend, or listen to your favorite music while you're on the move. Just stop making excuses and just do it. So let's summarize those golden nuggets again. Number 1, daily meditation on twin hearts. Number 2, the importance of gratitude. And number 3, start exercising and stick to it. These are just a few golden nuggets that I believe will serve you greatly and form any part of your daily spiritual practices. So picture yourself in the future living a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. What could be better than that? So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again for next week's Pura Vida Your Life happenings for insight, inspiration, and more golden nuggets to help you live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. And I invite you to come on a journey of empowerment with me. Sign up to Discoveries, my newsletter, and you can find the link on my website, puravidayourlife.com, to start taking steps to improve your life. Or why not become a Pura Vida Your Life member to discover an even wider range of inspiring resources and tools. So Pura Vida Your Life, it all starts with you. So until next time, Pura Vida.